The Rock leaving WWE for Hollywood, Mercedes Moné's WWE Talk breakdown, CM Punk to NXT confirmed, and more. I'm Oli Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
The Rock is just over 3 weeks away from his big in-ring return at WrestleMania XL. So, in true massive star returning for the biggest show of the year tradition, he's going to be gone the following month. According to PW Insider, casting is now underway for Rock the Dwayne Johnson's next movie project, a biopic of MMA fighter Mark Kerr called The Smashing Machine, with The Rock set to star in the lead role. Filming is reportedly a 3-month shoot, set to take place between May the 1st and August the 1st, or May 1 and August 1, as Dan Layton calls it, also known as that filler part of the year between Mania and SummerSlam. Because of The Rock's own pro wrestling versus Hollywood past, where he cost Paramount Pictures a fortune when filming on Hercules had to be delayed because he got injured in his WrestleMania 29 match against John Cena, movie insurance companies require their stars not to wrestle when shooting a film. This will almost certainly rule Rock out of any physical activity from May to August, meaning any immediate follow-up to his WrestleMania 40 Night 1 tag match will be limited. What do you think this means for the Bloodline and Cody feud? Tell me Cody still won't finish his story for the lols in the comments down below. After almost 2 years of reports, rumours, social media teasers, and that time she literally appeared on an AEW pay-per-view, I can finally say Mercedes Moné to AEW confirmed. But with her shown in the Wembley Stadium crowd at All In 2023, why has it taken so long to get that all-elite graphic? According to Fightful Select, despite an understanding of a future working relationship being in place between Moné and AEW when she appeared at All In, a deal was not agreed until December 2023. In fact, following All In, talks between AEW and Moné reportedly broke down, so she started negotiating for a return to WWE. While a conversation between the two sides took place, a deal couldn't be agreed there either, and the talks broke down too. Unlike Moné's WWE departure though, Fightful claims this was an amicable process, and WWE even wished her well in her future endeavours, in a nice way, not in a sort of you're fired way, with the belief being she would then sign elsewhere, aka AEW. And it wasn't just WWE wishing Mercedes well in AEW, their contracted wrestlers were too, as Naomi, Tamina, and 2024 Royal Rumble winner Bayley were all seen in attendance for AEW Big Business last night. But it's not just Mercedes Moné to AEW confirmed, we also have CM Punk to NXT confirmed. Yes, I have found a way to talk about CM Punk on this episode. Go watch our whole video of me reacting to my old CM Punk clips in the video description down below. It was reported late last year that Punk is keen on succeeding HBK's Shawn Michaels as NXT boss in the future. He's been spotted backstage at many NXT tapings and working out alongside developmental talent. And now a picture has been posted by Pro Wrestling and MMA News showing Punk tucked away off camera in the corner of the Performance Center, seemingly turning his injury hiatus into an opportunity to learn more about the third brand. Now a word from our sponsor, Marvel Strike Force, who have a special anniversary mission for you.
Marvel Strike Force is celebrating its 6th anniversary, and for the few of you who haven't come across it before, this is a mobile squad RPG that allows you to battle with your favorite team of superheroes and supervillains in a fight to save the universe against threats like Doctor Doom and Apocalypse. Your goal is to power up your favorite characters to complete missions, unlock gear and other resources, and beat other players in PvP modes such as Alliance War and Real-Time Arena. On top of the game's massive amount of game modes, there's so much happening as part of the anniversary celebration, including a special milestone event, villain celebrations, as well as special daily and weekly events, rewarding you with exclusive anniversary items. You'll recruit both heroes and villains from across the multiverse, including Iron Man, Wolverine, Venom, and many more. From there, power up your characters to take on the game modes like Campaigns, Arena, and Blitz. If you're a new player, you can unlock up to 17 total characters within the first 30 days, including Spider-Man, Deadpool, Thor, Captain America, and many more favorites. If you're new to the game, use the promo code MNEW SF6 for some Deadpool shards, power cores, and premium orbs. If you're an existing player, never fear, you can use the promo code NIGHT to power up Nightcrawler and also bag yourself some in-game currency rewards too. So follow the link in the video description down below, and thank you to Marvel Strike Force for supporting WrestleTalk by sponsoring this video.
Now it's time for my review of Big Business, title of your post-lunch trip to the toilet, special of AEW Dynamite, in about 5 minutes. We've known for over a month this was happening. The location squashed any doubts, and the episode's special name all but confirmed the debuting star. Mercedes Moné debuted in All Elite Wrestling. It was almost the exact same presentation as Punk's first dance debut back in 2021. Moné's music started the show with no announcement. She cut an in-ring promo declaring, "I'm home." I've heard that one before, Moné. And set up her first storyline involving her New Japan Strong foe Willow Nightingale, who was in the night's main event against Riho. But she's not in WWE now. I can't just chant, "Let's go Sasha." What should I chant instead to show my support of her? Don't worry, Moné's entrance music and video clearly tells you what to chant. Not just 1, 2, 3, or 4 times, but 8 times in a row. CEO, CEO. So you get the picture. With Gunther/Walter's old Ringkampf classical banger, Vorjak's Symphony No. 9 Part 4 as its base. With impossible hair, Mercedes cut a promo talking about how much she loves wrestling, how she led the women's evolution, obligatory Eddie Guerrero reference, and how she is officially All Elite. AEW did a fantastic job of making Mercedes feel like a genuinely massive deal, which she is. Her star power is real. Me personally, though, I've never been that engaged by babyface Sasha promo work, so I'm hoping she turns heel very soon. The All Killer? Only Jericho filler episode continued, with Samoa Joe having a world title defense against Wardlow next, a match that's been building for 2.5 months. The presentation again felt almost pay-per-view caliber worthy, with Wardlow's entrance being set up by literal story time with Adam Cole, Bay, a vignette of him reading a book foretelling Wardlow's dominance. They had a decent meat match, with Wardlow continuing to show his renewed heel fire, ripping up a fan's Joe sign and faking a knee injury. Joe kicked out of Wardlow's knee off the top turnbuckle, the first person to do so, and reversed a powerbomb into a Coquina clutch to pass Wardlow out and retain. Wardlow going for Joe's title with the Undisputed Kingdom around him felt like it was one of AEW's central storylines going into 2024, particularly for the Undisputed Kingdom, who now don't really have anything else to keep them in the main event scene. So I'm not really sure where they go from here after Wardlow's loss clean. And they weren't helped either when it was immediately brushed to one side as a furious Swerve Strickland came down to confront Joe, killing one security guard for Joe to walk off and kill that security guard some more. Corporate Okada is the heel I did not know I needed. After making Alex Marvez sing happy birthday to Matthew Jackson, he teamed with the Elite to take on the Death Family combination of Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Penta, which was mostly based around Okada trolling Eddie. It is so great to see Pac back. He's incredible, and I love how Eddie is locked in that destructive obsession he often finds himself in, this time more concerned with getting vengeance on Okada than his trio's team winning the match. That tunnel vision arguably let Matthew hit a low blow, and Okada to win with just one Rainmaker. Just one Rainmaker to win a match? What is this? 2017? Okada posed with the Continental Championship afterwards, which, in a surprising announcement later on, he'll have a match against Kingston for next week. Not on the pay-per-view, where I imagine he'll win. After Bryan Danielson vs Will Ospreay was made official for AEW Dynasty on Collision, Ospreay cut a passionate, genuine promo about it to Tony Schiavone in the ring. Any concerns we had about Ospreay adapting to US sports entertainment promo segments are misplaced. He sounds like your favourite Guy Ritchie character, which I mean in the best possible way. I've been a Guy Ritchie movie defender for 2 decades now. I actually liked Revolver. Getting over what the Danielson match means to him and consequently what it means to us. The moment he walks into that ring, it's his life or Danielson's, and he doesn't plan on dying, bruv. That is a money line, and a throwback to a more Route 1 classic style of wrestling promo. It wasn't a work shoot, there weren't any insider references. It was, buy the pay-per-view to watch my match. Deonna Purrazzo said it's not over with Toni Storm and Mariah May. I'll have a tag team match next week with her and a mystery partner. The coolest entrance in wrestling, even though it doesn't tell us to chant "Bang Bang Gang" 8 times on the Tron, came next with Jay White versus Darby Allin by order of the Bang Bang Gang. I was talking to Laurie, who does a lot of climbing, in the pub last Friday, and I told him Darby's going to climb Mount Everest soon. Laurie swore, said that's really dangerous, and we spent the next half hour just being worried about him. But that's Darby's gimmick, isn't it? We're always worried about him. He takes off his coat to reveal a bandaged up body. Oh, I hope he's okay. He gets suplexed into a chair against the barricade. Surely he's really hurt now. He misses a coffin drop onto the ring apron. For Christ's sake, Darby, that's the hardest part of the ring! This was match of the night for me. Not just because of Darby's insane style, but because of something far more to my tastes. The heel persona of Jay White. After a few months of being derailed by the comedy antics of the Bang Bang Scissor Gang partnership, we're back to Switchblade Prime. After beating Darby, he wanted to Pillmanize Allen's ankle. The Acclaimed ran down to make the save, so Jay White knocked out Daddy Ass with a chair, beat down Castor and Bowens, and then Pillmanized Allen's ankle anyway. It writes out Darby, resets Bullet Club Gold, and gives us the first real feud for the trio's titles this year. I understand if you found this episode hard to get into up until this point. You, like I, have probably been asking the entire time, but where's Chris Jericho? Attaching himself to a younger, more cool wrestler, of course. Lion Hook, of Jericho and Hook, beat the Gates of Agony following a cool Red Rum and Walls of Jericho spot. The idea makes sense on paper. Pair Jericho with younger stars to help elevate them. Give them the rub. Unfortunately, Jericho's stale on-screen act makes it feel like he's using the younger stars to get the rub from them, evidenced by the crowd seemingly booing him in a backstage promo later on. Jericho will face Hook next week to see what he's made of. Kyle O'Reilly is going to have his first match in almost 2 years on Collision against Brian Keith, but he's doubting his abilities. Roderick Strong and the Kingdom said they respect his decision to want to do this alone. Perhaps Kyle goes on a losing streak where he finds himself needing their help. And the main event saw Willow Nightingale take on Riho. Despite this being presented as a mid-card women's division storyline up until this episode, the match felt like a really heated main event payoff. Willow's great, Riho's great. The crowd were invested in and cheering for both. Willow hit her pounce. Riho dodged the cannonball outside. It was another great story of strength versus speed. But unlike Chris Statlander last week, Willow got the win. With Monet's tease that she'd be watching the main event, everyone was eagerly awaiting the post-match angle. Julia Hart and Sky Blue attacked Nightingale. CEO chants broke out. Nothing for Statlander though, who's Willow's actual kayfabe best mate, leading to Monet clearing house and Nightingale raising her arm. I was kind of hoping for Mercedes to then just kick her head off, as I've always much preferred heel Sasha, but I get if they want to tell a slower burn story. With this show built around Monet and her segments at the start and end of the episode, it'll be very interesting to see if it causes a bump in AEW's otherwise flattened ratings. Dynamite continues its excellent run of form at 88%. Now go watch us all try to name every Undertaker WrestleMania match in reverse chronological order in the brand new episode of Survival Series.